Welcome to Tea Time on Plus TV Africa this Friday. My name is Elsie Godwin and I'm here with Ewa Oritu and Ife Oluwa Oshonkeye.
Yes,
What's up?
How you doing?
Yeah, ladies first. I've always told you that. And like,
I know something to do to make you happy, right?
Yeah.
Even if you just name...
and you know what to do to make me happy too, because I'm a proper gentleman, you understand? So this lady should come first. Look at all this beauty.
What should I do to make you happy?
What should you do to make me happy? We'll talk about it after.
All right, so moving on real quick. Kanye West is now a born-again Christian, according to Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, while hosting her radio show called Queen Radio, said Kanye West told her he turned to God after being hospitalized and diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2016. She made the announcement during a section about faith in the entertainment industry with special guest Chance the Rapper, who recently went on a sabbatical to learn the word of God.
And the church says...
Yeah,
Amen.
I mean, I understand where they're coming from, because especially people who believe that you shouldn't listen to secular music and all that, they kind of have this perception that any secular artist is not a Christian or is not a child of God. Well, I think it's just art that they're expressing, and I don't think that takes them away from expressing their faith or having a belief in something or in a superior being, you know. So I understand where this conversation is coming from.
I'm going to go back to Ghana. When Miss Bells came out to say that she's now a Buddhist because...
a Buddhist.
Sorry, a Buddhist, yeah, exactly. Thank you for the correction. That she's not a Buddhist because whenever she goes to church, they judge her because of her kind of music. I don't know. I be sweet 16. I go there do like this. So
Okay, I know the song. Yeah.
You know that song, right? Now that's the lady that sang that song, and she was like, every time she goes to church, they judge her, you know, based on dressing. They want you. I think there was even a particular episode of the show where we spoke about, okay, should you dress like this to church? Am I supposed to wear Mary Amaka to church because I'm a born-again Christian? But I have nothing against you looking good and believing in your faith, because even in the Bible, it says the church is in your heart. It's what you believe in. It's not about the outward look. Now, I am a business person. If I know that MFM, sorry, I'm calling the church, but they will tell you, cut your hair, you can wear jewelries and all of that. And
So in other words, you don't go to MFM because you're
no,
wearing
my
a
mom
stud
was a
right now.
staunch MFM woman at some point.
Was or is still?
Was,
Okay.
as in she cut her hair, she stopped wearing jewelry, she was looking so ugly.
And
Sorry,
you
mom.
follow that path.
She tried, but you know now, as a child, show him the way, and when he grows...
He will not depart from it. So what did they show
What
you?
did they show you?
They showed me the way, and I haven't departed from it, but the fact that I'm not an MFM member doesn't mean I do not believe in Christ. The fact that I don't go to church doesn't mean I do not believe in
fact that you wear
Christ.
studs
The fact...
doesn't mean...
Why are you profiling? Are you SARS?
No, I'm just... I'm giving you the points now. I'm the adjustor behind you now.
No, it's not even about...
And the fact that your face cap is worn backwards, you know.
I'm the type that goes to church on Tuesdays, yeah? I don't go to church on Sundays because of my the nature of my job. I get to cover events Saturdays, and probably I get back home like 4 a.m. Of course, I need my beauty sleep. Come on, I'm very beautiful now. Come on, think about it.
Okay, this is becoming about it. What do you have to say?
Okay, so about Kanye West now and the secular music industry. Now, the reason why I took us back to Ghana is because of somebody who became a Buddhist because she was being judged in the church, and sometimes they wouldn't even let her into the church. Now, for a Kanye West who has been hosting a Sunday service every Sunday.
And the man who gave us the Jesus what?
And you know that was his first track, and that was his hit single. That was what made Kanye West. And it was a gospel hip-hop song. We have people like Kirk Franklin who still rap.
We have a few gospel songs.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, we have a lot of secular artists that have gospel songs. We have people like Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, Chance the
we have
Rapper.
people like Common who are conscious rappers. Do you understand? They don't necessarily have to use the curse words or use the derogatory terms on women to make their points understood in their music. Now, but everybody just has this perception that, okay, like you said, once you wear studs, you're wearing your face cap backwards, you're a bad guy. No, it's about my heart. Have you had the chance to sit down and talk to me? Now, Nicki Minaj was privileged enough to speak to a Kanye West. And a Kanye West told her that he's now born again. Whether or not he's playing his songs and is refining it, using the choir, using all of that, but he's making sure that a positive message is being passed across. And a lot of older artists within his vision are attending that Kanye West Sunday service.
I see you're very passionate about this topic. But let's hear what Ewa has to say.
No. I'm about to round up.
Okay.
So the fact that he's doing that is a sign that, look, this is somebody that, okay, he knows that, okay, regular people do not go to church. How can we draw them closer to Christ? Do you understand? It's not about, okay, let's come to church and do the praise and worship and do this and speak in tongues or type in tongues like Dr. Dickie. It's not about that. It is about what are you feeling? What is the vibe you get when you come to the Sunday service? If you do not want to go to a regular church, but you're praising, and it is also in the Bible that if you and I do not
this is not
praise,
pastor.
if you and I do not praise God, God will raise stones
to praise him.
Bam. So should we wait for stones when we can praise God, regardless
if I think
of
you should
the
start
song?
a church.
You know what I mean?
We know, we get it. I'm sure they do.
Ewa,
we get it, Ewa.
Honestly, if I had said it all, and I'm just going to agree with everything you have said and everything you've said, people need to stop judging. Sometimes you don't have to judge a book by its cover. You need to read that book to understand what the book is saying. And I like the fact that Nicki made it clear that everybody in the industry, everybody thinks everybody in the music industry are not Christians, or they don't want God, or they don't believe in God. And she was like, if anybody tells you that there is no God, you should run away from that person and all of that. And Kanye West as a person, I don't know, I've always known that he has this special connection with God, actually. Because when people talk about Kanye, this is doing that, I'm like, I feel like he sees something that nobody else is seeing.
It's very honest.
Yeah, it's very honest. And then, there's at some point here, if you're seeing things that people are not seeing, they'll think you're crazy. I'm like, I don't think Kanye is crazy. I just think that maybe God, the way God is, there's a way the
way he communicates with
him. The way you communicate with your God, you'll be on some kind of levels that everybody around you will be wondering what's going on. Probably Kim is the only one that sees that thing with him a bit. Do you get? And yeah, I'll just agree with everything everybody has said.
Okay, I must confess that I did not expect this topic to be met with this level of passion, but God is good. Moving on.
God is great.
TV host AJ Calloway, leaves extra over sexual assault allegations. We were supposed to talk about this yesterday, but time was not on our side. But I know you're also passionate about this one.
Okay, so about this story now, I know the Me Too movement is ongoing. And yesterday there was a topic where we had to speak about this different categories of sexual assaults and what is regarded as sexual harassment, right? But there was an internal investigation by the Warner Bros. Because, that was the yesterday story. By Extra. Now, that's the station it was. This is someone that's worked with 106. He's been there for
14 years.
14 years.
Yeah, and before that, he worked with 106 and Park with Charlemagne the God. Is the current presenter, right? Now, this is somebody that has had a very successful media career. Do you understand? But it ends up being, I don't know if you remember the case of the white man who said something and then he got a backlash and then he came in front of his house.
I think that was with BBC.
Yeah, that was with BBC. But it was white.
Racial. He treated the picture.
Was it suspended? Do you remember?
I think he was fired over the phone.
It was fired over the phone.
Yeah.
But do you know he's currently still in position?
He's gone back.
Yeah, he's
really?
back. He's back to his job. Yeah, he's back to his job.
Okay.
That's a fact. Now, so people are saying this is racial. Like, okay, the Me Too movement is targeted at black people. The only white person that is really, really, okay, two white people that are really involved in this whole Me Too movement is Weinstein and your guy from House of Cards. What's
But
his
he's
name?
been cleared now. What's
Yeah,
his
yeah, yeah,
name?
yeah. What's his
I remember. Just make your point.
Yeah,
sir.
but the
Yeah.
guy from House of Cards that also had the sexual assault, and his case was thrown out. Now, but black people, if you notice, the Me Too movement against black people is stronger than when it is. So now we have to pull the racial card out. Now, they had to do internal investigation and discover that in the workplace, Calloway has always been professional. None of these victims are from the workplace. Now, a lot of women have come out to say that, oh, Calloway raped me, he locked me up in a room. Now, he has about 6 alleged victims. Some want to remain anonymous, some have come out, some are showing their faces that, look, he locked me, I went to a party in New Jersey with this guy. And it's not just one states in America. This guy is across about 4 or 3 different states. Do you understand? So those women are coming out, and he has always denied it. But
So
I
you
like
think him leaving extra is a bit extra? Let's put it that way.
I like that
just
pun
like
of
a
words.
mutual agreement.
Yeah, that's what
that's
they're
what I
telling
was
us,
getting
though.
to.
And
That
I don't
I
know.
like the fact that at the end of the day, they made it a mutual agreement. House of Cards did not have that chance. Do you understand?
Kevin Spacey. Now
Kevin
you mentioned his name
Spacey
again.
did not have that chance. They just took him off the show just like that because he had an ongoing case. But in this case, regardless of whether they said we had a mutual agreement and he has agreed to step down and we have parted ways on terms because of his ongoing cases and all of that. The same thing happened with Josie, right? Josie, they suspended, but he may come
Still
back.
come back.
Do
Once
you
he can
understand?
clear his
Yeah,
name.
once he can clear his name, he may still. But this guy didn't get that chance.
It was suspended February.
In February.
Yeah, and then now they are finally parting ways.
Yeah.
I think that it was very difficult for them to
Extra.
Part ways with him.
part ways with him because it was, from what I read, it was one of the ladies that was kind of putting pressure on them that they should release the results of their own investigation, and if he's found guilty, they should take his job away from him and all of that. And then she's like going to different I don't know if it's TV station or
Media
She has
houses.
been going to different media houses and she has been talking about the whole thing, calling them out and all of that. I feel like it's just right that him himself, even if they don't want to let him go, it's just right.
Yeah,
for
that
him
he
to-
says, okay,
that
enough is enough.
Enough is enough. That it's okay. I'm not really seeing the whole racist game playing
Well,
here.
which is why I
honestly.
expect somebody like Elisha Abo to have resigned. But
Yeah, it's just
moving
normal
on,
that
it's time for a quick break. When we return, we'll be talking about a 107-year-old woman who never got married. We'll be right back.
You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can live here.
My real names are Akbofio Football, Akborobo Mere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom. You know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you have a younger brother. Age is nothing but a number. Well, I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
Feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can. Welcome back. A woman who celebrated her 107th birthday on Wednesday shared her secrets to living a long life. According to her, staying single is one of them. Louise, Signore, who lives in New York, maintains a healthy diet and exercises regularly. But she believes the real reason why she enjoyed more than a century is because she never tied the knot. I don't agree though.
I don't agree with that. So I feel like different things work for different
people. I mean,
like there are
they said
people
she
that,
has a 102-year-old sibling.
yeah, it's
and
just in their
that
family.
She's
to live
married.
long.
and I mean, she's
no,
102.
but she's like, her sister says that.
Her sister says it, but the sister is married for her to say that.
Yeah, we don't know if she's still married, but
she's 102
like,
now.
Her sis is always like, she wish she never got
married, right?
So,
but she's still alive.
Yeah, she's still
102.
Alive. Yeah, like I know that there are a lot of people that don't even get married and still die young. Living long doesn't have anything to do with marriage. I feel
maybe you say maybe if she said that she lived a long, happy life.
Yeah.
Maybe, because we cannot start breaking down her happiness. If she said she was happy, is a happy.
Yeah, that's my point. But a happy does not even mean that marriage will make you sad. Because there are people that are married and they are very happy. Yeah, like true. Very, very happy, enjoying their marriage and all of that. I think it's just different things that work for different people. I'm not sure the reason why she didn't get married was because of she wanted to live long or anything.
It probably just didn't work.
It just didn't work. I'm sure she must have tried at some point. It just didn't work out for her. So I don't think that's the reason why.
Do you think you guys cut the lifespan of women?
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna go off the back of what Ewa just said, and off the back of what you just said about her sister as well, who is 102 years old. But I want us to look at it from the medical point of view. Now, they tell you worrying, hypertension, high blood pressure. A man can give you high blood pressure.
So you know.
A woman can give you high blood. So don't make it a gender-based thing.
Don't make it a scum thing.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
As in, a man and a woman, they can give you high blood pressure. A woman can put you in a position where you think all night and you have sleepless nights and you're like,
you even get suicidal.
What have I done wrong?
Really?
Do you understand? And a man can also put you in that position where you be like, why is this guy still cheating? I give you everything. I cook for you. I'm very good at night. I'm very useful at night. So
flying
what are you still looking for? Do you understand? So let's put the happiness in play in this as well, because happiness is key to a long life. Now, I was in church last week, Tuesday.
It's like you're the new Kanye West in town.
I was in church last week, Tuesday, and we're talking about there's a time for everything. Time to throw away, time to keep, time to be happy, time to be sad, time to be this, time to be... I'm sure that's a general...
Ecclesiastes 3, we know.
So you don't know the... Oh, take it.
That's what we're saying. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's about your happiness. If you know that there is a time to be married and be happy, that's the time. If there is a time to get divorced and be happy, that is a time. If there is a time to be single and be happy, then that is a time. But the problem I have with the story is the generalization, because like you pointed out, there are a lot of happily married people.
Yeah.
My dad and mom, they've been married for about 37 years, and they're still very happy. I've not seen my mom with high blood pressure. I've not seen my dad. It's not like they don't.
He's not 37. He's not even the first child.
Yeah, I'm not. Don't worry. I'm the last, to be honest, but I'm not that young either. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's about your preference. It's about what you want. Do you understand? So if this woman says that me being single, that is a conviction. I do not have any right to talk about her conviction or change her conviction. She's
just spent some minutes talking about it anyway, but let's move on. To the next story, Nkechi Blessing says she can marry a poor man and that her money is enough. In an interview, the actress was asked if she would rather be with a faithful poor man or a rich cheating man, and she said, I don't know what you mean by poor, but if he's faithful, I'm fine, but he must not be really poor. My money is okay for the both of us. I'm not materialistic, so I wouldn't go for a rich cheating man. My money can take care of every other person. I work so hard, so my husband should work hard. Once you are faithful, I'm fine. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor.
In my head, I'm like, yeah. Because I don't understand. I don't understand that.
That's so fair.
I don't understand that. Why would you say, first of all, she said, I don't know what you mean by poor. Poor is relative.
Yeah,
rich
true.
is relative. So I don't want to really say, okay, maybe she meant the poor. But I'm sure for her to ask
What's
that
the
question,
poor? Since it's relative.
The
What's
poor
the
is the listing, the one that when they tell you that Nigeria has overtaken India. That poverty is the poor.
Is the poor.
Okay.
Do you get? Now, I don't know if she's talking about the poor or the average poor or the poor.
Which one is the average poor?
The average
I didn't even know there are different levels to poor.
The same way there are different levels to
Am I poor?
rich.
You know, people like Ife are used to hearing the upper class,
No,
the middle class,
No,
and
I
the
didn't
lower
want to
class.
know.
But in that lower and middle, there are
It
classes.
says poor is relatively to you.
To me.
Am I poor?
Ife, let me see. You are not married, you're single, right? So you're
not poor.
probably...
Yeah, you're okay.
I'm okay.
It's even difficult to say you're middle class, but it's like you're poor. But please, let's make our point.
Okay, so like, I don't know, poor is relative. So I don't,
Yeah.
I'm sure she does not mean, because at the end of the interview, she said something like, if I'm hardworking, my husband has to be hardworking. That means...
Oh, she's very hardworking, so her husband has to be hardworking.
I think that statement just means that if I'm bringing something
has to have something
table,
going for him.
that's my point. So that's why I said, poor is relative. Like, okay, I'm not sure she means the poor, maybe a shoe cobbler or...
They are used shoe cobbler, so don't put it that way.
No, I mean like the Abuki ones. Yeah.
Put it that
Do
way.
you have something to say?
Do I have something to say?
Yeah, like, do you want to go in?
No,
before
go
I
ahead,
in?
go ahead.
Okay, so, I don't know. I always have a story. I always have a story.
But make it quick.
So I met this lady over the weekend. Very comfortable lady, very okay, and all of that. And Toyin Lawani, I'm also going to bring Toyin Lawani, who said that you have to choose your struggle. Either you're rich or you're ugly.
Somebody was like, this interview is like a shade to
Yeah. They tried to do that, but I'm not even going to bring that into play because I don't see any Toyin Lawani. I think this is just a woman talking about it.
And she was even asked.
There are lots of women out there, like I also said on the show, a lot of young girls want ready-made. But there are a lot of women who are single but very comfortable. Now, prospect is the most important thing. It's different when you're with a man who does not have any... A man who wakes up in the morning and be like, you don't go drop chop money for me and you are going to work. Do you understand? Now, that's a poor man. But a man who is on his grind, it may not have yielded at the moment, but you believe you are following his passion and you're ready to support his dreams till he gets to that goal where he is even richer than you. But how many girls these days are ready to make that sacrifice? 10%.
No, you're the one making the play. You want me to ask? Oh, you've answered. 10%.
No, I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
Am I wrong?
I don't know.
You don't know? You think I'm wrong? Yeah. Okay, so Ewa, I'm going to ask you. I'm a proper... I own a shop. I sell provision. I said this.
Don't end that question because it's not going to work.
I don't have a car. And then I woke up to you and I'm like, Ewa, you're so beautiful. I would love to marry you. And will you consider me? When there's another guy who is sliding in your DM and you check his pictures,
sorry to cut you because we need to move on. But you know my problem with all these scenarios you guys give is that you people do not understand
that you have to choose.
No, it's not about choosing. No. A guy that has a provision store, there is no provision store that you can stock up with less than 1 million naira.
That's
the fact that he doesn't have a car does not mean he cannot afford it. It's probably because that is not the way he has envisaged himself to live his life. He's not on that mindset level. But trust me, he has money stashed up somewhere that if you tell him I need 50K today, he will bring it out. But now, your lifestyle might not work with this person.
How many women are content with that 50,000 naira that this guy
No, Ife, you can't say that.
I'm not saying, I'm not generalizing it. That is why I put a percentage.
Some women are contented with that 50,000, even lesser than that 50,000 naira. They are okay with it.
Okay, so
and they're more than 10%.
I own a provision store. I don't own a car. And there's another guy sliding in your DM that owns a G-Wagon, that owns a Range Rover. Which one of us would you consider? I have prospect too. Like Elsie just pointed out that, okay, for you to stock up a provision store, you have to have at least 1 million.
There's this thing, when people ask me this type of question, I used to ask them that, why do you think it's difficult for a guy that has money, that has that G-Wagon and all of that? Do you think that guy that has G-Wagon doesn't have prospect too? One. 2, you think that guy that has G-Wagon cannot love me? You think that guy that has G-Wagon cannot care for me?
Okay, not
now,
even,
my point.
My question
No, wait.
already.
My point is, it's now left for me to decide who I really want. If the guy that has G-Wagon is somebody I really connect with, I will go for him. And if it's the guy that owns the
honestly, you will connect with him all the time. Don't you in the G-Wagon?
Okay, no, but there's before we
connection.
conclude, or before we conclude this conversation, there's one thing I also want to point out. So, you are dating a guy that makes 1 million in a month, right? For example, like that is his take home, not after after he has spent
Taxes,
everything.
pension,
That's his take home 1 million. And you're dating another person that his take home, for example, is 200,000 naira.
How can you be dating 2 people?
Okay,
See what I'm saying?
Hold on.
You see?
Let me hold on. There's someone that his take home is 1 million,
yeah.
and there's someone that his take home is 200,000 naira. And this person that his take home is 200,000 naira, comfortably, happily, with the love in his heart, without you asking, is ready to give you 100,000 naira every month. He doesn't mind. And the one with 1 million naira take home, we sweat
before
he gives you 2,000 naira.
Only
So, who would you think that a properly thinking woman that wants to be taken care of in a relationship, or wants to say, okay, this is the person that will come in and take care of our home, will go for?
Do you know why you're speaking like this?
Why?
Because you're a very comfortable girl in your own lane.
No.
A lot of
I need you to
uncomfortable
know
girls,
that.
because they want to prove to their friends that look at me, as in they want to use you to brag.
I think
they want to come down from a G-Wagon.
See, I think Ife is not on the level he's in today.
Yeah,
I don't
I was going to,
understand.
because
But our time is up.
where
I'm
you're-
sorry. I wish I had more time to continue this conversation. And maybe we'll talk about it this afternoon. You never can tell. So join us this afternoon for fresh episodes of the program. But until then, I thank you as always to go to my co-anchors, Ewa Oritu and Ife Oluwa Oshokeye, and the entire production team. My name is Elsie Godwin saying thank you for watching and see you soon.